we got some things to recap. So now that we've seen the whole week of it, what do you guys think of We Bare Bears? Which I wish
super fun.
My characteristic abbreviation of that would be Weebs, but that's not going to work. Can't do that.
Weebers.
No. I think it's super cute.
Panda's a weeb.
Yeah, Panda. I think it's adorable.
It's definitely another cute one.
Yeah. I think it's another winner. It's not like a Steven Universe grade winner, but it's another,
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those like you just sit down and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
We need those shows. Everything can't be some giant emotional fucking garbage roller coaster of hell.
And the bears themselves are just so cute and endearing. And like my favorite episodes were the ones where they made friends with like actual people. Like those were super sweet. 'Cause that's all they want is friends. They just want to have friends. They just have really silly, misguided ways of making them.
They're just big dumb bears.
Yeah.
And I stand by what I said last week, that the design for the human characters in this show is also really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're
totally.
all wicked cute.
Yeah, I love it.
Are bears dogs?
I honestly, I had that, like, I didn't have that thought, but, like, I was just thinking, like, like, cause it's like, a lot of wild mammals are, so we've kind of like domesticated in some way. Like there's big cats and wolves and coyotes and shit, but like there's no version of a bear that we can have in our home. Bears are just out there, unfucking tameable. They're just a thing.
Bears will kill you. Their teeth are very big.
Wolves will kill you too, but some idiot went like, I want it. And then like years later, here we are with freaking poodle shits, doodles in our purses.
I think part of the thing that make bears hard to domesticate is they actually can run as fast as a horse if they need to.
They'll
either
So what you're saying is we need to ride them. I'm all for it.
We'll stack them on top of each other, all cute.
Yes.
They're either gonna run away or they're gonna just run right through you. There are so many ways a bear could kill you.
There are so many
They're
ways.
so capable of murder. Holy crap.
I love how, initially I thought they were all the same shape, but then
there's slight differences.
But there are very slight differences. Like, Ice Bear is a little taller and, like, leaner. Because Polar Bear is, like, kind of stretched out. And then Panda is rounder and shorter, because Panda Bears are a little bit, fatter.
Useless.
Just like Panda.
They just sit there and don't breed. Is that the goof? Is that the goof that he can't get a date because he's a panda?
I hope so.
And
I don't know.
And pandas are, like, biologically doomed because they've lost all urge to fuck.
I did like the little hint at their zoology with when Ice Bear made them breakfast, and Pandas was the only one that didn't have meat in it because pandas just eat bamboo.
Yeah.
That's really what food trucks are like. It's the craziest. It's like fusion cuisine that exists to prove they can do it.
Oh, when I was out with Lucy, I saw a ramen burger.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, I was like, hey, look, Lucy, it's like We Bare Bears. And she was like, no! She's going to culinary school, so she was just horrified. It's super cute, and we think you guys will like it. It'll put a smile on your face.
If nothing, if the show doesn't, the theme song has to.
Oh, so adorable.
Oh, you know what I was doing today? All day is that to the tune of the song I was going. I said a bang bang boogie, said jump the boogie, said a rhythm to the boogie the beat. We'll be there. Two more things I want to talk about. There's the new Gravity that came out right before we recorded. What do you guys think of it?
It's pretty fun.
It was fun.
I dug it.
Yeah, I thought it was alright. Like, I think that the show suffers from the fact that there's so much gap between each episode that every episode has to feel like an event, and...
Yeah, I felt the same way. Because it's like...
This was the kind of...
We pretty much have this discussion every time it comes back.
I can never remember, because we talk about it so sporadically, but like... This was the kind of fluff episode I thought they just wouldn't be able to do anymore, but I guess they're just gonna do them.
Well,
it's sowing some seeds.
Yeah.
You have to have stuff like this because it also it establishes Ford as a character because if they didn't have any more filler up to this point, then Ford would just be a walking plot point.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of like
And,
a person.
yeah.
Did you guys catch the meta-narrative in there?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
with the fucking duck
Detective.
detective.
The twin brother.
Well, the twin brother and is like, why are you so obsessed about a kid show? You know, it's got... There's a really deep mystery going on there and a lot of jokes that fly over the kids' heads.
God, that's great.
Yeah.
Twin brother, they're just pulling this out of their ass. Oh, I predicted this a year ago. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's cute.
Let's start wrapping it up.
Okie dokie. Shoutouts?
Yeah, shout-outs and ways to contact us.
Okie dokie.
Oh, well, but before that, is there... I didn't check. Is there news of when the next Gravity Falls is out?
I think also August, but maybe not next week.
I think the next one, according to according to Wikipedia, the next episode is the Stanchurian Candidate on the 24th.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so yeah, August. So there you go. Alright, shoutouts. The Little Hulk said, what do you three think about Star versus the Forces of Evil?
It's great.
It's great.
We think it's super fun.
I caught up with it recently after getting off of it for a little bit, and it's amazing. They finally had a full episode with her demon ex-boyfriend Tom.
Yeah, that was that was great.
We'll do a full episode on it after the season 1 is over. Same thing for Harvey.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's good and it deserves it, but, we're going to let it sit for a bit.
Yep, but you should be watching it.
Absolutely.
Board Nerd said, your podcast is the best. Thank you for what you do. You're welcome.
Yeah.
OCD Miki said, was just correcting us about Christopher Lee being in cartoons, saying that he was in The Last Unicorn. We know that. We are gonna cover The Last Unicorn at some point. Saturday Morning Soundtrack said, I guess I'll take advantage of the shoutouts if I still have the chance. I'm catching up on all the episodes. I've really enjoyed listening. Have you guys considered doing an episode on the Pokemon anime? I know it's really long, but I think you could get away with just doing an episode on the early seasons, because that's what everyone remembers. Also, they wanted to thank us for getting them to start rewatching The Weekenders. You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's a fun show. For Pokemon...
Man, just read the manga.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon Adventures is objectively better and actually pretty good, surprisingly pretty good from what I've read of it. I think that would be a fun as hell discussion.
We would probably just end up talking about, like starting to get deep into, metagame bullshit with
Yeah, I was
games,
gonna start talking about
Yeah.
hot strats.
We'd probably
at,
get
the
derailed.
3-hour mark.
Yeah, I think it's too big of a thing for us to fit into anything. I mean, maybe we could...
We'd have to narrow our
Maybe we'll
thesis.
get in a mood. Maybe we'll get in the mood. Like,
Oh,
let's
we could,
talk about the third movie, you guys. That was the good one.
I was gonna say the first movie.
Or the first movie.
Hey, good
I mean, I
parts.
did love the...
If you watch the
like
Japanese
second
version.
movie.
Helene sent us a really nice email, thanking us and saying that they really appreciate our podcast because their job is to count money and file paperwork in a glorified soundproof closet.
Sounds like you're in a rap video.
I mean, I feel ya. I have to do data entry in my job, and unfortunately I'm not allowed to listen to anything because I'm also a receptionist, so I'm glad we could help you with that terrible job. And saying, just a lot of stuff like how they really connected, re-watched Pepper Ann and really enjoyed it.
I'd love to know more about your education in the field of animation. None.
Not self-taught.
Yeah, you're just self-taught. Nina and I aren't in it
Yeah.
at all.
Like, I know you're working towards it, and that's awesome. We totally support you. Like, give us updates on your journey towards becoming a creator.
Unless you're further ahead than me, then I don't want to hear it. No, I'm just kidding. Please tell us.
Our goals? Jeez. Well, Tooch wants to have his own show. Like, that's, like, the top goal. That's, like, reaching for the stars. Like,
Yeah, my goal is to be able to not be on an episode because you're talking about my thing.
yeah.
And then I would want to be a lead voice on that cartoon that he makes.
Well, I don't know about a lead voice. We can
Not the lead, a lead.
And I would like to work behind the scenes in production, such stuff. Not, like, artistic stuff, but, like, the boring shit that nobody thinks about but is actually really important. Because artists need corralling, let me tell you. And I can do that. And I'd rather...
She's She says, eyeballing me and Nikki over the internet.
And I'd rather do it for something that I really like and believe in than just some random-ass corporation that I don't understand. Also, they suggested that we talk about From the New World, Ruby Gloom, The Last Unicorn, Amazing World of Gumball, and Dead Leaves. I know the last three.
Ruby Gloom is a preschool show. I've actually seen a little bit of it. I have a good reason why. It's just not interesting. Like we've said before, preschool stuff probably just isn't our jam. We're so far removed from the audience of it because we're in our 20s and don't have kids.
Yeah, well, and also because, like, anything, like, even, like, and that's not to say that there's nothing of value in it.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
All the
No,
value
there's
is
some great preschool shows. Like Doc McStuffins. That's great. I'm so glad that exists.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, all the value is so obvious that there's nothing to say, really. There's nothing to tell adults.
Yeah.
And that...
It's all right there.
And then as a preschool show, it also has to serve as more of an educational tool, and we're not as equipped for that, for analyzing how effective that is.
Oh, that would be interesting. If somebody who knows, like, child psych and education wants to do a podcast on preschool shows and how they go into that, I'll listen to that.
Yeah,
that
totally.
Sounds dope.
You can take that idea directly to the bank, and then that person who emailed us will count your money.
Please let me be a guest if you do Arthur. Because I'll watch all 24 goddamn seasons of that if I have an excuse.
Also,
I get to like season 12 and like, they're just fucking repeating themselves! How dare they? It's for 4-year-olds. They're not supposed to watch for 24 years.
I'm gonna rip my dick off if they play Crazy Bus again!
No, Crazy Bus is a term I have incorporated into my everyday slang. It is a verb, which means to play the same song all on repeat all goddamn day. It is a thing I do all the time, and I've ruined songs for Nina that she should like Rooftop Run from Sonic Unleashed.
Oh god. Fuck.
I listened to that song nonstop. Like
for a week!
Like, literally nonstop for like a week. Like, I go to sleep, keep it going.
It didn't Okay.
What is wrong with you?
He does this all the time!
That song is really good.
He's fucking crazy!
I should hope so.
Oh my god. Also, they said they would send us stuff in a P.O. box, so that's 2 people.
It'd be weird if you thought it was okay.
No, it's really, really good. Gumball will...
I'll listen to it after the cast.
Gumball, I definitely want to slam jam all, because I've seen bits and pieces of it, and I've liked everything I've seen. It's a gorgeous show, and...
Yeah, I've seen most of the first season and a couple of later ones, and I love the shit out of it.
Yeah. Dead Leaves, I don't know what that is, and I don't know what From the New World is.
Dead Leaves is this cray-cray anime short film.
Oh, it sounds like an alternate title for Over the Garden Wall.
From the New World, we'll look into it. We put everything on the pile unless we know it's crap.
Or we know it's not something that
would work.
For the show.
Yeah. Like,
alright, then, Daniel JVE also suggested we talk about Ruby. Again, we're not sure. I've never watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that,
I know that poor guy passed away, and that was and then that sucks.
Yeah.
I've seen some of Monteum's other stuff, and it's very well animated, but, narratively lacking, but that's not really what he was going for in those other videos. I'm referring to Haloid and, Dead Fantasy. They're well animated, just, I'd be interested to check it out, but it's going on the pile.
Yeah, I guess I need to check it out.
And fans will be really mad at me, because I will refuse to pronounce it any way other than Rowibby.
Rowibby. Rubby.
At Falbo Benjamin said, started listening, you guys kick ass. Will you ever discuss BoJack Horseman?
Hell yeah, son.
This month, actually, we're gonna get to
Nikki fucking, when he came to visit me, all he did was fucking watch BoJack Horseman.
He straight up Bo-jacked off.
This is gonna be the second show where where jacking it is shorthand for marathoning the show. The first one was, of course, Samurai Jack.
At Mandatory Topic said, great ep, Dan Versus doesn't get enough love, and thanks for the Lunar Sea Spire shout out. Thanks, man. Mandatory Topic is one of our pals from Lunar Sea Spire podcast, which I guested on a little while back.
Check it out.
Get out. Wolf and the Roses said, that schooling Nikki and Nina gave Funimation was great. I love that you guys are so conscientious and committed to accuracy and also willing to call out bullshit when you see it. You have a level of integrity that I feel like is hard to find. I come away from every episode having learned something. Thank you.
Holy crap.
We are so ready to put people on blast because we don't have careers to ruin.
Pretty much.
And, like, we've put big names on blast. We put John Lasseter on blast every time.
Oh, yeah.
He could...
Every time I remember we did that, I'm scared that they're just gonna shut us down.
He can buy and sell us.
Fuck it. I won't stop.
He'll buy iTunes to ban us. He'll
have us killed in our houses and then wrap us up in, instead of rugs, Hawaiian t-shirts and put us in a dumpster. I had to get one in somewhere.
Toby said that they started watching Clone High and they love our podcast and it inspired them to start their own animating, dabbling, and also a podcast with their friend. Also, they recommend American Dragon and TMNT 2003, which I believe we said we would consider doing TMNT 2003.
I definitely want to check that out. American Dragon we've talked about a lot. It's not happening.
I will not watch the shit out of that.
Sorry, friend. But thank you for animating our Toon Goof. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah. At Alex Weeks said, just finished listening to Michiko and Hatchin. I'm excited that you guys are going to do Camp Laszlo. Yeah, I haven't started that.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I've seen most of it, and I remember a lot of it. So this is just gonna be a refresher. So I'm not too concerned.
Yeah, we'll have fun. We'll just have fun with it.
It's a fun show about like an adorable precious baby monkey boy.
Yeah. At Captain Awesome said, my brothers think cartoons are just for kids. What do I do? Hashtag fart bark.
Well, first of all, wait, I forget what fart bark is.
Broccoli.
Oh.
Because I didn't hear the hashtag at first, and I thought he was signing it, and I was like, well, first of all, stop calling yourself fart bark. Then I remembered it, then I went, wait, that sounds like a Nickyism.
It was. That was me. Here's actually maybe a good discussion point. What is a good cartoon to show somebody to maybe try to get him into it?
Well, I mean, the problem is, like, the argument is always, like, oh, no, like, this show isn't just for kids, but it's like, it is. Ideally, it is.
Yeah.
That's the demographic. That's who they're trying to entertain, and if somebody's just not comfortable watching something outside of their demographic, I really don't think that you're going to be able to change that, because no matter how good they admit it is, you're still trying to get them to ingest media that was not designed for them.
Right.
Does he mean all cartoons? Like, even, like, Bob's Burgers?
I
mean, yeah, like, obviously there's...
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you mean all cartoons, then there's plenty of... Especially, I mean, there's plenty of good adult cartoons, but most of them that came before, like, 2010 all got one season. Like what we just talked about today. Show them this. I don't know. Show them Mission Hill, another cartoon that deserved a second season.
I don't know. Just watch Rick and Morty together.
Rick and Morty. Bob's Burgers. Stay away from anything Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. I mean, it's up to the person, like, what they want to do. Like, to me, I think, like, recognizing that a show might not be made for you exactly, but still finding joy in it is fun. And, like, it provides a fun experience where you can, like, be silly and enjoy something.
Yeah, totally.
A little
That's
simpler.
one of our central tenets on this show is that, we talk mostly about kids' cartoons and we talk about what's in them that appeals to us, but a big rule of mine is to never forget that we're not the audience for that, because that's how Bronies happened.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, Gravity Falls, a lot of people really like that one that aren't kids.
Some people say Adventure Time, and that's a horrible example.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good one to show to somebody who has, like, no interest whatsoever.
That is throwing somebody into the deep end with concrete shoes.
Maybe Steven?
It's a Mafia hit.
Yeah, Steven will go down easier. Maybe Avatar.
Oh, Avatar would be...
Avatar's most people's. Avatar's most people's go-tos.
Yeah.
I would say Steven Universe isn't a good one, just because it's like...
Maybe not to start.
No.
Not to, like...
If Avatar goes down good,
like,
try Steven.
Steven Universe is an anomaly just for television. Like, even if it wasn't animated, this show's doing things. So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say Avatar, definitely.
Do you think Over the Garden Wall could work?
Maybe. I don't know. We sat our parents down to watch it, and Dad fell asleep, and I don't know.
Mom liked it.
I feel like also, like, even if they're trying to like something, they're still gonna go into it with certain expectations, and obviously a lot of
You do not need to explain this to me, of all people.
I'm speaking to the audience.
Yeah, I know.
We do record these, Nikki.
What?
Again, I don't need to explain it to you. You edit them. Shit, what was I saying? Like they have certain expectations, so it's like I feel like even if you showed somebody Over the Garden Wall, if you didn't like explain to, I don't know, if they didn't get what it was, they'd just be like, "What is this? I don't know what's going on. This is dumb."
Yeah.
Like, oh, what? The kids are dead?
Why do we get to see that guy's face?
I'm just gonna watch Lost. It's the same.
And there's also a lot of anime, but that's like that's a whole different
discussion.
thing. There's more cultural context you got to take in.
Yeah, there's a very 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 small list of anime you can show anybody.
I would just tell your brother that, like, you know, it doesn't matter.
Being a wiener,
like, you know, it doesn't matter to you. Like, that's
to eat a biggin.
Yeah, it's just like I watch them because they make me happy. You know, sometimes I need to come home and watch something that makes me happy.
It's escapism.
You know, it's television. It's a job. Whoever it's aimed for, whether you're watching people get fucked on Game of Thrones, or, you know, children go on magical, meaningful adventures, like, you're doing it for the same reason, I guess.
Only one's better.
One's better. Like, whatever. I mean, you
whatever. Fuck Game of Thrones.
You do you. Like, do what makes you happy. He's probably younger than you and going through a phase, so he'll probably come around to it when he gets older and matures a little bit. And last but not least, @ZakiBro said, "Love the show. Been binge listening for 3 days. When are you guys gonna do Avatar? I know you did Korra, but I don't recall any talk of doing Avatar in that episode."
Avatar is one of those things that, at least my thought was when we first started, is like, Avatar's too obvious for us to talk about, in the same vein as, like, Powerpuff Girls. But now I'm at a point where, like, no, we could talk about Avatar, but I think it's sort of low priority, because, like, a lot of what's been said about Avatar has already been said, but...
Yeah, like, there's like, several places on the internet where you can see, like, people, like, reviewing every individual damn episode.
Yeah,
frame
like,
by frame.
Sci-Fi Debris did a really good series on Avatar that I enjoyed.
The nostalgia critic Doug Walker did like an off-script couch.
Yeah, but that was
every
shitty
single
and
damn
bad.
episode. Yeah, but I'm just saying these things exist.
Yeah,
regardless of their quality. The pop culture feminist website, the Mary Sue, is doing that. They do that with a bunch of shows.
Yeah. Like, there's lots of places where you can find that stuff. So that's why we kind of feel like there's no point, because it's, like, all over the internet. Maybe, like, if we're still doing this years down the line, and, like, we're starting to get people who don't remember the show or whatever, I don't know.
If you're a baby right now, look out. We got some stuff to tell you about when you can comprehend words.
I don't know.
Yeah, but as it stands now, it'd be kind of like us forming a band and saying, "Oh, guys, you know what we should cover? Yesterday."
Jeez.
But, you know, I mean, we love the show, and we definitely have things to say about it, but I'm not sure how fresh they'll be, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
That's another reason why, did you guys say that you wanted to do Gurren Lagann on this show?
Yeah,
Topic
maybe, because, like, I've never actually seen the show.
Because it's like, it's very much one of the, because like me and Devin were talking about on Metrospective that like we might not ever really do that one because it's the one that everybody's seen, we don't have really anything to say about it, it's sort of universally accepted to be really baller and awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that's definitely true in the mech circle, but maybe not in the
exactly
not in the circle that
circle.
we
or
cover
anime
here.
circles. But then again, we're doing
Bebop,
which is the same thing. But
Bebop's way higher tier than Gurren Lagann.
Bebop made foundations.
Bebop's necessary.
Yeah. Whereas Gurren Lagann was more like the inevitable conclusion of that genre.
Yeah.
We'll get into those. And Bebop's also down the road. Ways to contact us. You can send us an email at thetoongoons@gmail.com. You can shoot us a tweet on Twitter at the Toon Goons. We've got a Tumblr, thetoongoons.tumblr.com, where you can send us an ask, find an archive of all our episodes, or see cool animation posts that Nina reblogs. You can find our episodes on SoundCloud /the-toons-goons. You can find us on iTunes, subscribe to us there, leave a rating or review. And we got a YouTube where we're Tooch said he's going to knuckle down and start putting our old episodes on there.
Hell yeah.
Segmented. So, like, if you don't want to have to listen through old news again, you can just skip right to the meat of the episode.
Yeah, and you can even skip the recaps and shoutouts.
Yeah.
Because that's the tail end of the cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next week, we are doing the Dragon Ball Z Resurrection F movie.
Woo!
Yeah, we're finally talking about DBZ.
They don't use that score anymore.
After that, we were going to do Camp Lazlo, and we still are, but for our own sake, we're going to push that back a week, and in the middle, put BoJack Horseman.
Well, for your sake, I haven't watched an episode of that, and it's got 2 seasons.
It's a really fast watch.
All right.
Yeah, BoJack's 2 seasons and a Christmas special.
Oh,
which,
okay.
Released in between seasons 1 and 2, you can really watch it whenever. And then, after that, we don't know. We'll figure that out. That has been our show. I've been Nikki.
I've been Nina.
And for 50 times, I have been and continue to be Tooch.
Thank you for tuning in.